I welcome you to another Money Finance Update. I appreciate your time. I'll try to keep it in under 5 minutes, but here's some of the fun news for today. So Lordstown Motor, an electric truck company, both the CEO and CFO of that company resigned yesterday. Their departures, combined with the company's admission last week that it was almost out of cash, sent the company's share prices down 19%. Last year, the CEO, Steve Burns, who was also the owner, helped drive the company go public via SPAC, one of the many electric automakers to go public by merging with a blank check company. Investors eager to find next Tesla were wowed by Lordstown's impressive number of pre-orders and plans to start production on its electric truck. Lordstown stock climbed over 200% last summer. And there were some other electric car companies as well whose CEO and CFOs resigned after going public. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if down the road we find out that there was some shady stuff going on here. You see, this is how white-collar crime starts. You create something, you take it public, you take other people's money, and then boom, you claim something bad happened and you're out the door, untouched. It is what it is. That should teach a lesson to all these people who are always trying to take shortcuts and make that quick buck by investing in the next big thing. Serves you right. Anyways, we all know real estate market in the United States is going crazy. It's on fire. So lumber futures posted their biggest weekly drop last week and continued to decline yesterday. Now at less than $1,000 per 1,000 board feet, prices are down almost 41% since May's record high. Demand for home building across North America strained supplies, sending prices skyrocketing. But sawmills have increased output 5% over the last year, and another 5% increase is expected ahead. Does this mean home prices will stabilize or even come down? Absolutely not. Until and unless the government takes care of this issue by eliminating the forbearance programs, eliminating the moratoriums, increasing the interest rate, and letting capitalism do its thing, home prices are not coming down anytime soon. Will they come down? Yes. When will they come down? Nobody knows. If somebody, especially if a realtor, tries to sell you in a timeline of this is expected, that is expected, I would stay away from that person, because if people really knew when the market goes up or when the market goes down, realtors, each and every realtor would be making a bank. Each and every investor would be making a bank, but nobody knows what the market's going to do and when it's going to do what it's going to do. Anyways, let's talk about beautiful Texas, the people who have a chip on their shoulder. Electric Reliability Council of Texas, the state's power grid operator. By the way, Texas is the only state in the country who has its own power grid, and it's really horrible, pathetic, and weak, and can't really serve the needs of its people. Getting back to the news. The power grid operator asked Texans to conserve power until Friday night to keep the system from buckling. Texas's main power grid is dealing with more planned outages than normal, which is a problem because demand is skyrocketing. ERCOT, also Electric Reliability Council of Texas, estimated yesterday that electricity demand would exceed 73,000 megawatts, higher than the peak demand record for June, set in 2018 at 69,000. This is very problematic for a state that prouds itself on few regulations, laws, and very relaxed environment for businesses. When you don't have good amount of oversight, this is what happens. So California, it was mocked because of its strict COVID procedures, but California is probably the only state in the country which has a lot of songs made about it and for it. And there's a reason, and here's the reason. California has come roaring back from the pandemic, adding 1.3 million people to the payroll, meaning adding 1.3 million jobs since last April. That is more than Texas and New York and equivalent to the entire state of Nevada. Household income has increased nearly as much as Texas, Florida, and Pennsylvania combined. Wow. Now, I do agree California sometimes does go overboard with its laws and regulations, but with the good comes the bad, hand in hand. But on to some of the other interesting tidbits. Novavax's vaccine is 90% effective. Preliminary data shows about on par with Moderna and Pfizer's shots. So Novavax also makes COVID vaccines. The average car in the United States is now 12.1 years old, according to the new IHS market data. Washington Prime Group, an owner of more than 100 malls across the United States, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. JP Morgan is sitting on $500 billion in cash in case inflation results in higher interest rates, CEO Jamie Dimon said yesterday. And the Girl Scouts have surplus of 15 million boxes of unsold cookies after the pandemic hampered the spring selling season. Going back to the JP Morgan sitting on $500 billion in cash. Whenever corporate America or institutional investors either sit on their cash or park it in real estate, that's a sign that they're not really comfortable in where the economy is headed. That's a sign that there's a lot of uncertainty and these companies are being cautious. I appreciate your time. Until tomorrow, we're done.